Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Khadijah. I'm a student of Islamic State University Antasari Banjarmasin. My faculty is Islamic Education and Teachers Training, Mathematic Education Department, Class A 2018. This video is math learning video, and the purpose of making this video is to fulfill the assignment of English for Math course from our lecturer, Mr. Ahmad Wafa Nizami, MPD. Let's learn together. Happy watching!
Hi students! Today we will discuss about linear equation and inequality. Our topic today are equivalent equations, solving linear equation in one variable, inequalities, and solving linear inequalities. For the first, equivalent equations. What is equivalent equations? Equivalent equation. Equivalent equation is two or more equations that have precisely the same solution or same value. We can get the equivalent equation with doing the same thing to both sides from the equation. For example, x is 3 and 3 is x. That's an equivalent equation because they have some value. We can get the equivalent equation with doing the same thing to both sides from the equation. We can add, subtract, multiply, and divide the same quantity to left-hand side and right-hand side. So, x is 3 is also equivalent with x minus 1 is 3 minus 1. X plus 5 is 3 plus 5. X times 3 is 3 times 3. X over 2 is 3 over 2. They are equivalent equations because they have some solution. For example 2, 3x plus 5 is 20. 3x plus 5 in bracket minus 3 is 20 minus 3. 3x plus 5 in bracket plus 7 is 20 plus 7. 2 times 3x plus 5 is 2 times 20. And 3x plus 5 all over 5 is 20 over 5. They are equivalent equations because they have some value or solution. And for example 3, x plus 2 in bracket plus 6 is 2x plus x plus 1 in bracket. Its equivalent with x plus 8 is 3x plus 1. X plus 8 in bracket minus 1 is 3x plus 1 in bracket minus 1. X plus 8 plus 2 is 2x plus 1 in bracket plus 2. 4 times x plus 8 in bracket is 4 times 2x plus 1 in bracket. And x plus 8 over 2 is 2x plus 1 over 2. They are also equivalent equations because they have some value or solution. Next, solving linear equation in one variable. Solving linear equations in one variable. We start from a very simple equation. For example 1, solve x is minus 2. Answer, one solution of the equation is unfixed minus 2. To make sure, substitute minus 2 to the equation, so minus 2 is minus 2. It's a true statement, so it's just as obvious that any value of x which is not minus 2 will not be a solution of the equation. In other words, the equation has only one solution and the solution is minus 2. And then, how to solve more complicated linear equation in one variable? Based on the additional principle, adding or subtracting the same quantity to both sides of an equation will produce an equivalent equation. And based on the multiplication principle, multiplying or dividing the same non-zero quantity to both sides of an equation will produce an equivalent equation. So, to solve linear equation in one variable, we must to identify the operation involved in the expression involving the variable, and then to undo them one by one by using the addition and multiplication principle. For example 2, solve x minus 41 is 36. Answer: notice that the left-hand side of the equation, which is involves the variable x, involves just one operation, is subtraction. To undo the operation of subtracting 41, we will do the opposite. Add 41 to both sides. X minus 41 plus 41 is 36 plus 41. X plus O is 77. So x is 77. In other words, the equation x minus 41 is 36 is equivalent to the equation x is 77. So the solution is 77. For example 3, solve 5x plus 12 is 57. Notice that the left-hand side of the equation, which is involved the variable x, involves two operations, multiplication and addition. We will undo them in the other opposite, the order of operation. First, we will undo the addition, then the multiplication. So, 5x plus 12 minus 12 is 57 minus 12. 5x plus O is 45. So 5x is 45. 5x over 5 is 45 over 5. So x is 9. And then the solution is 9. Example 4. Solve 3x minus 9 is 8x plus 7. Answer: notice that the equation involves variable x in both of sides. So we will make an equivalent equation that involves variable x in left-hand side. We need to eliminate the 8x from the right-hand side. We do that by adding the opposite, which is minus 8x to both sides. 3x minus 8x minus 9 is 8x minus 8x plus 7. So, minus 5x minus 9 is O plus 7. And minus 5x minus 9 is 7. Now, the left-hand side of the equation involves the variable x. It involves two operations. They are multiplication and subtraction. We will undo them in the order opposite the order of operation. First, we will undo the subtraction, then the division. Minus 5x minus 9 plus 9 is 7 plus 9. Minus 5x plus O is 16. Minus 5x is 16. Minus 5x over minus 5 is 16 over minus 5. So, x is minus 16 over 5. So, the solution is minus 16 over 5. Example 5. Solve 4 times x minus 3 in bracket plus 2x is 7x minus 9. Answer: notice that on the left-hand side, the 4 will distribute over both terms in the parentheses. In addition, there is more than one term on the left-hand side with a variable. We will have to combine like terms. 4 times x plus 4 times minus 3 plus 2x is 7x minus 9. 4x minus 12 plus 2x is 7x minus 9. 6x minus 12 is 7x minus 9. Notice that the equation involves variable x in both sides. So we will make an equivalent equation that involves variable x in left-hand side. We need to eliminate the 7x from the right-hand side. We do that by adding the opposite, which is minus 7x to both sides. 6x minus 7x minus 12 is 7x minus 7x minus 9. Minus x minus 12 is minus 9. Now, the left-hand side of the equation involves the variable x. It involves two operations, subtraction and multiplication. We will undo them in the other opposite the order of operation. First, we will undo the subtraction, then the multiplication. Minus x minus 12 plus 12 is minus 9 plus 12. Minus x is 3. Minus x over minus 1 is 3 over minus 1. So, x is minus 3. The solution is minus 3. Solving word problem involving linear equations in one variable. A 4-step strategy to approach word problems are: first, create a dictionary for the problem. The dictionary consists of a list of all unknown quantities, each expressed both in English and as an algebraic expression. Second, write an algebraic equation that represents the problem. This involves using the dictionary from the previous step. Third, solve the equation. It is the one step where the technique of algebra are used. Fourth, answer the question. At this point, the solution of the equation from the previous step along with the dictionary should allow us to answer the question as in the original problem. Example 1. The sum of three consecutive integers is minus 237. Find the integer. Answer. Step 1. Create the dictionary. Notice that there are three unknown quantities: the first integer, the second integer, and the third integer. So, our dictionary will need three entries, one for each. We can always call one of the unknown quantities x. So, if we call the first integer x, then the next two consecutive integers will be x plus 1 and x plus 2. We will write the dictionary as: first integer is x, second integer is x plus 1, and the third integer is x plus 2. And then step 2, write an equation. In this problem, we see an equation in the sentence. The sum of three consecutive integers is minus 237. It means that first integer plus second integer plus third integer is minus 237. We can write x plus 1 in bracket plus x plus 2 in bracket is minus 237. And then step 3, solve the equation. 3x plus 3 is minus 237. 3x plus 3 minus 3 is minus 237 minus 3. 3x is minus 240. 3x over 3 is minus 240 over 3. So x is minus 80. And then step 4. Answer the question. The first integer represented by x is minus 80. And then the second integer represented by x plus 1 is minus 80 plus 1 or minus 79. And then the third integer represented by x plus 2 is minus 80 plus 2 or minus 78. So the three integers are minus 80, minus 79, and minus 78. Example 2. The length of a rectangle is 3 more than twice the width. Find the dimension of the rectangle if the perimeter is 75 inch. Use the fact that the perimeter is given by the formula P is 2L plus 2W. Answer. Step 1. Dictionary. In this case, we call the width as x, and that way, we can translate the expression for the first directly. 3 more than twice the width will be written as 2x plus 3. So, the dictionary will be width is x, length is 2x plus 3. Step 2. Write an equation. In this case, the equation will come from the formula for the perimeter along with the dictionary. 2L plus 2W is P. 2 times x plus 2 times 2x plus 3 in bracket is 75. Step 3. Solve the equation. 2x plus 4x plus 6 is 75. 6x plus 6 is 75. 6x plus 6 minus 6 is 75 minus 6. 6x is 69. 6x over 6 is 69 over 6. So, x is 69 over 6 is 23 over 2. Step 4. Answer the question. The variable x represents the width of the rectangle, so the width is 23 over 2 is 11.5 inch. And the length was given by 2x plus 3. Substituting 23 over 2 for x, we obtain 2 times 23 over 2 plus 3 is 23 plus 3 is 26. So the length is 26 inches. Inequalities. Inequalities. A linear inequality, as its name implies, is an inequality in which the only operations involving the variables are addition, subtraction, and multiplying by a constant. The symbol of inequalities are is less than, is greater than, is less than or equals to, and is greater than or equals to. Example 1. X is less than or equals to 2. We can see by inspection that 2 is a solution, so 2 is less than or equals to 2 is true. But 2 is not the only solution. 1 is also the solution, so 1 is less than or equals to 2 is true. Minus 4 is another solution, so minus 4 is less than or equals to 2 is true. 1.9999 is another solution, so 1.9999 is less than or equals to 2 is true. You can convince yourself pretty quickly that the very simple linear inequality x is less than or equals to 2 in fact has infinitely many solutions. So, how can we solve the inequality or to find our solution when there are infinitely many of them? To find out the solution, we can use grouping. Grouping will be indicate solution on a number line with a solid circle, and all the solution will look like a solid shade line. Group all solution of the inequality x is less than or equals to 2 is every number less than 2 on a number line to the left of will be a solution, so we will shade the region of the number line to the left of 2. In addition, we will use a solid circle for the border solution too. To indicate that 2 in fact is a solution, we will use the term border value to denote the fact that for all values on one side of value on the number line, the inequality is true, while for all values on the other side, the inequality is false. Example 2. Graph all solution of the inequality x is greater than minus 3. Answer: in this case, any number to the right of minus 3 on the number line will be a solution. The border value minus 3 is not a solution. However, minus 3 is greater than minus 3 is false. In order to deal with the problem of shading every value to the right of minus 3 but not including minus 3 itself, we will indicate the border value with an empty circle. The graph of all solution of x is greater than minus 3 is so border values for linear inequalities in one variable is for strict inequalities is less than and is greater than, the border values is indicated with an open circle. For non-strict inequalities is less than or equals to and is greater than or equals to, the border value is indicated with a solid circle. Solving linear inequality. Solving linear inequalities in one variable. The multiplication principle for inequalities. Multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequalities by a positive quantity will produce an equivalent inequality. Multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequality by a negative quantity will produce an equivalent inequality after changing the signs of the original inequality. So, we should remember that if we multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequality by a negative number, we have to swap the inequality sign. Example 1. Solve the inequality x plus 2 is greater than 5. Answer: we can solve the inequality by use the addition or multiplication principle. X plus 2 is greater than 5. Subtract both of sides with minus 2. X plus 2 minus 2 is greater than 5 minus 2. So, we get x is greater than 3. We can draw the solution in a number line. This is the graph of all solution of x plus 2 is greater than 5. Solving word problem involving linear inequalities in one variable. Example 1. Noah scored at least 12 points more than Scott scored. Scott scored 15 points. How many points did Noah score? Answer. In this case, let X is Noah's score. From the text, we know that Noah scored at least 12 points more than Scott's score. So, in this case, we use symbol is greater than or equals to because Scott's score is 15 points. We get the inequality. X is greater than or equals to 15 plus 12. X is greater than or equals to 27. So Noah's score is more than or equals to 27. Thanks for all today. See you in the next lesson. Bye.